New at 11, LMPD arrests a suspect after finding a man who was shot and killed inside of a car in the Algonquin neighborhood recently. An arrest report says Anthony Stewart was arrested for shooting Kaylin Hinkle on December 13th on South 10th Street. Officers found Hinkle had been shot several times in a car. He died at the scene. The arrest report further states Hinkle and Stewart were in an intimate relationship, is the verbiage in the report. Stewart is charged with murder and being a convicted felon in possession of a handgun. He's expected in court for his arraignment tomorrow.